All right, let's talk about something that's absolutely crucial for anyone working at a hotel's front desk: security. When a situation gets tense, having the right words, especially in Spanish, can make all the difference. Today, we're going to equip you with the key phrases you need to handle these moments calmly, professionally, and with total confidence. Ready to jump in? So, I want you to picture this. A guest comes up to your desk, and you can see it on their face. They're distressed, maybe even a little panicked. They tell you something is missing from their room. What do? What do you say? In that exact moment, your choice of words is critical. And that's exactly what we're going to tackle today, giving you the right phrases to manage these high-stress moments like a true professional. Okay, here's our game plan. First, we'll cover the essential vocabulary. These are our building blocks. Then we'll assemble those words into some key professional phrases. After that, you'll see it all come together in a realistic dialogue. We'll have a practice round for different scenarios and pronunciation, and finally, we'll wrap up with a quick quiz to make sure it all sticks. Let's get to it. All right, first up, the foundation. You've got to learn the words before you can build the sentences, right? These are the absolute core terms you need to understand and handle security issues in Spanish. Okay, our first word is a big one. It's robo. Let's say that nice and slow. Ro-bo. It simply means theft. Now, when a guest comes to you and they're worried something has been stolen, this is probably the word you're going to hear. As soon as you hear robo, you know it's time to switch into security mode. Next, we have the word sospechoso. Let's try that one together nice and easy. Sospechoso. It means suspicious. So a guest might tell you they saw someone sospechoso in the hallway. Or, you yourself might have a sospecha, a suspicion that something isn't quite right. It's a super useful word. And for our last core term, it's actually a short phrase. Acceso no autorizado. Let's sound that out together. Acceso no autorizado. This translates to unauthorized access. Pretty clear, right? This is your go-to phrase when you need to talk about someone trying to get into an area where they absolutely shouldn't be. So, we've got our basic words down. Now let's build your toolkit. We're going to turn that vocabulary into powerful, professional phrases that will help you take charge of any situation with confidence. This first one, well, this might be the most important phrase you learn today. It is your #1 tool for de-escalation. Let's say it together really slowly and calmly. Mantenga la calma, por favor. Saying this shows the guest that you are calm and in control of the situation. It's a real game changer. All right, once you've set a calm tone, you need to get the facts. And this question is perfect for that. Let's try it. ¿Qué ha ocurrido exactamente? What I love about this phrase is how professional it sounds. It's not accusatory. It just says, tell me exactly what happened. It invites them to share the details. And then you have to tell them what you're going to do next. This is how you show them you're taking immediate action. Repeat after me. Voy a avisar a seguridad. It's simple, it's clear, and it's incredibly reassuring. It tells the guest, I hear you, and help is on the way. Okay, let's pull all those key phrases together on one screen. Think of this as your security cheat sheet. Mantenga la calma, por favor. ¿Qué ha ocurrido exactamente? ¿En qué habitación se encuentra? That just means what room are you in? Voy a avisar a seguridad. And necesito verificar su identidad, por favor, or I need to verify your identity, please. These 5 phrases will get you through almost anything. Okay, enough with the theory. Let's see how this all actually works in practice. We're going to walk through a real-world dialogue so you can hear how these phrases flow together in a natural conversation. So, the scene opens. The receptionist starts with a standard, polite greeting, nice and slow. Buenas tardes, ¿en qué puedo ayudarle? But listen to the guest's reply. You can hear the stress in their voice.
Buenas tardes. Creo que me han robado algo de mi habitación.
Did you catch that key word? Robado. That's our trigger. Now watch how the receptionist responds. It's perfect. First, a word of understanding. Entiendo. Then they immediately take control with that magic phrase we practiced, spoken very calmly, Mantenga la calma, por favor. And right after, they pivot to gathering information. ¿En qué habitación se encuentra? It's a beautiful professional flow. And look at how the receptionist closes this initial interaction. They start with de acuerdo, which means okay or all right. Then they use another one of our key words. ¿Ha visto a alguien sospechoso? And to wrap it up, they state exactly what they're doing next. Voy a avisar al responsable de seguridad. There's no confusion, just clear, decisive action. All right, time to head over to the practice field. We're going to run through a slightly different scenario. And then we're going to really drill down on the pronunciation for a few of these key words so you can say them with total confidence.
So let's switch it up. What if you see someone trying to get into a restricted area? Here's your 3-step plan. Step 1. Approach them calmly. Disculpe, ¿puedo ayudarle? Step 2. Be firm but professional. No está permitido acceder a esta zona. Necesito verificar su identidad. And step 3. Take control of the situation. Por favor, espere aquí. Voy a avisar a seguridad. Calm, firm, and in control.
Okay, let's zoom in on a few words that can sometimes trip people up. First, seguridad. The key here is that final D. We want a sharp D sound, not a soft th sound. Listen closely. Seguridad. Perfect. Next up, sospechoso. Let's really hear those S sounds. Sospechoso. Great. And finally, autorizado. Here's a helpful tip. In Latin American Spanish, that Z is pronounced just like an S, so it's autorizado. Go ahead, say those out loud a couple of times.
You've done the work, you've seen the examples, now it's time for the final check. Don't worry, it's just a quick quiz to help make sure all this great information really sinks in.
Okay, question number 1 is a fill-in-the-blank. A guest reports a theft, and you say, voy a blank a seguridad. Are your options A, llamar, B, avisar, or C, hablar? Remember, we're looking for the word that means to notify or to inform. What do you think?
All right, next up, a little translation challenge. How would you ask this critical question in Spanish? What has happened exactly? Try to recall that professional information-gathering phrase we practiced earlier.
So let's see how you did. For the first one, the answer is B, avisar. Voy a avisar a seguridad. And for the translation, it's ¿Qué ha ocurrido exactamente? How'd you do? Even if you stumbled, don't worry about it. The more you see and say these, the more they become second nature. You're doing great.
Before we wrap this up, let's look one more time at the 5 absolute must-know phrases. If you only remember 5 things from our time together, make it these. I'll say them one last time, nice and slow. Mantenga la calma, por favor. ¿Qué ha ocurrido exactamente? ¿En qué habitación se encuentra? Voy a avisar a seguridad. And necesito verificar su identidad, por favor. Burn these into your memory.
So here's the bottom line. You have the tools now. You have the words to turn a potentially chaotic and stressful situation into a calm, controlled process. You can de-escalate, you can gather the facts, and you can take charge. So the real question is, how are you going to use these new skills to make your hotel safer and to make your guests feel truly protected? That's a powerful thing to have. Thanks so much for joining me today.